Hello guys, and welcome once again to my channel. If you have been here and if you haven't, it is still very kind of you to pass by. I hope that you hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, make sure that your notifications are on so you never miss a video. So for today's look, I'm going to be creating this rose gold red lip romantic look, and if you want to see how I did this, just keep on watching. Alright, so very quickly I'm going to just prime my eyelids, and I'm using my MAC Painterly paint pot for this, and then I'm taking it from the Dream Street ColourPop palette. I'm taking the shade Magical, which is just like a light neutral shade. And today, for the very first time ever, I am trying this thing where I don't set my eye primer. I know, who am I? But I'm just taking that shade and I'm applying it all over the crease, and just to like warm up the crease a little bit before I go in with the rest of the shades. But I saw something on Twitter about how people don't set their eye primer anymore, and I was just shook. So I'm trying it and it worked out perfectly. I have to say, there was like no smudging or anything like weird on the eyes or anything like that. I mean, it worked. So maybe you guys want to try this, and it's also supposed to like make your shadows more vibrant and just more pigmented. I don't know, there's something behind it, but I think it worked. Then I'm taking the shade Shooting Star, which is a slightly darker neutral shade, and I'm applying that right under Magical, just to create a more seamless, smooth transition on the crease. And I'm also taking that onto the, where am I taking this? To the inner corner as well, just a little bit. I'm doing a little bit of a halo eye, nothing too dramatic, just a little bit. And I know that applying these two shades one on top of the other doesn't look like it's making a difference. I mean, it looks like there's no point, but trust me, it's just going to make everything look so much better. Then I am taking the darker brown in the palette, which is Elfish. Even though I didn't show you the palette, it's just the darker brown in there. I'm taking Elfish and I'm applying that again right below the other two shades. I'm concentrating this one mostly on the outer corner as opposed to like on the crease, as you can see, and then I take it slightly into the crease, just a tiny little bit. As you can see, I'm not going like back and forth too much. I'm just kind of like concentrating at that darker color in the inner and outer corner, and I'm just letting the other two show through. And then once I come back in with the previous brush that I used with the Shooting Star, I just kind of blend that darker one into the crease a little bit more, and then it makes a beautiful transition for a halo eye. Then I'm taking this gorgeous color in the palette, which is Twinkle. It's kind of like a rose gold, and I'm truly obsessed with it. Basically, if you've seen the packaging of the palettes, you know how it has like that like rose gold marble effect. I think that this is the shade that looks exactly like the one on the outside of the palette, if that makes sense. But it is just the most stunning shade, so beautiful, and I didn't even need to use like my finger to make it more dramatic or anything like that. Now moving on to the face, I have already primed my face before this, but now I'm just applying the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I'm doing half of my face with my Clarisonic Sonic foundation brush, because if you saw my video, I think last week, I uploaded a review for this. So I filmed that demo the same day that I filmed this tutorial, so you'll kind of see me use the Sonic brush for half of my face and then a normal brush for the other half. And the vibration of the brush was just tickling at my nose. That's why I made that face. And yeah, it is a good brush, but if you want to hear more thoughts on it and also like my definite conclusion on this Sonic brush, then definitely watch that video. And while we're just here watching me apply foundation, I'm trying today a different style of editing. You guys know, if you see all of my videos, you know that I usually put like the little insert cards on the corner of the video, just like naming the products that I'm using and the brushes and all of that. And today I'm just kind of like showing you the products on camera, not all of them because it was my first time doing it, so I was kind of like a little lost with that. But what do you guys think of this? Do you prefer the cards, or do you prefer me just showing you the product, like holding it up to the camera so that you can see what I'm using? Definitely let me know in the comments below. For concealer, I'm using my Kat Von D Locket Concealer, and I am, as always, applying that under my eyes, down the center of my nose, and also in the center of my forehead. And then I just blend that out with my, not the beauty blender, but my Pure Cosmetics sponge. To set my concealer, I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way powder, also with my Pure Cosmetic sponge. And I have been doing this thing lately where I not only set my under eye with this powder, but I also set like my fine lines, not my fine lines because you could have fine lines literally anywhere, but my smile lines is what I meant. And it has worked so beautifully for me. My makeup literally stays on for hours and hours. So if you guys want me to film a video like all about how I make my foundation or just like my face makeup last all day, then let me know and I'll be happy to do that, because I have a few tricks that I've been doing lately, and literally my foundation will stay on all day through like sweat. Just this past Saturday, I had my foundation on since like 2 p.m. until about midnight or like 1 a.m. And at the end of the day, I looked at my face and I could not believe how good it still looked. So let me know if you want to see that video. For bronzer, I am using my Becca Sunlit bronzer in the color Bronze Bondi, which you guys know. I have been loving this bronzer lately. It is my favorite right now. It just looks so natural. There's no like patchiness, nothing is too cool or ashy, nothing like that. Then for highlighter, I am using also from Becca the, what is this one, the Opal highlighter. I have like a little mini and I have been loving it. The color is beautiful, and you guys already know that Becca highlighters are awesome. And for blush, also from Becca, I am using the luminous blush in the color Snapdragon. Such a pretty color. It looks a little bright in the pan, but once you put it on, it looks so beautiful. Now going back to the eyes, all I'm doing is taking the color Shooting Star, and with a tiny fluffy brush, I'm applying that all over the lower lash line. Then for mascara, I'm taking my, what is this even called? The one that looks like the Too Faced Better Than Sex, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. That's what that is. I'm taking that mascara and applying that on my lashes, top and bottom, even though I didn't show you that in the video. And then lastly for lips, I'm just taking the color Ambush by ColourPop, which is an ultra satin lip, which means that it's going to stay put all day, but it's not transfer proof, and then the finish of it is a little kind of like shiny and glossy. And that brings us to the end of this look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate it so much. And again, thank you so much for watching. Have a happy Friday and have a lovely weekend. Bye.